Free agency hasn't begun yet, but the Jets are helping their secondary. They bring back Chuck Clark and sign Isaiah Oliver.
Jets, Jets, Jets!
All right, gang, let's hop into this. The New York Jets bring back Chuck Clark and sign Isaiah Oliver. These are two secondary pieces for the New York Jets. First, let's go over Chuck Clark first and foremost, because that one I feel like is the one that we could spend the least amount of time on. We signed him last year, obviously tore his ACL back at OTAs, and we never got to see him take a snap with the New York Jets. And a lot of Jet fans wanted to see what his potential could be. Last year, I believe he signed a one-year or was on a one-year $4.1 million deal. So you figure the contract is going to be similar in that respect. We get to have him as part of our starting duo. Obviously, him and Tony Adams, I think, was the planned start. I mean, obviously, you had Whitehead as well. I think this bodes well for the Jets not bringing back Whitehead. I do still hope we wind up bringing back Ashton Davis. That guy always seems to be around the ball, and I think it would be a big mistake if we didn't do that. But Chuck Clark coming back, I think it was probably an expected move, or Jet fans wanted it to happen. So pretty happy with this move here. As far as Isaiah Oliver is concerned, I don't really know a whole heck of a lot about him, but I do know that he spent time overlapped with Jeff Ulbrich in Atlanta. Obviously coming from the San Francisco 49ers, these are his Pro Football Focus grades over this past, or I guess over his entire career. Pretty rock solid player. Now this guy's definitely going to be more of a, maybe he plays a lot of slot. So maybe a Javelin Guidry replacement, someone behind a Michael Carter II. He also plays a lot of special teams. So over the course of his 706 snaps that he played this past year, 29% of those snaps were done on special teams. That's a mixture of punt return, kick return, kickoff. He's on basically every special teams. And then in terms of on the field itself, 60% of that total snap count was in the slot and only 1.6% was out wide. So obviously this guy's going to be playing inside. And you may be wondering, well, how does this stack up in terms of Michael Carter and what could it possibly look like in the event like a Michael Carter goes down? Michael Carter's heading into the last year of his contract. Maybe something to consider. Penalties last year for Oliver, 6 penalties. He has a career quarterback rating of 109.6 when targeted. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 6 pass breakups over the course of the last 2 seasons. So 1 year with the 49ers, 1 year with Atlanta. Michael Carter, by comparison, only had 1 penalty this year, has a career quarterback rating when thrown at of 87.3, and that's actually gone down each of the last 2 years. So it's actually way lower than that in terms of like where he's currently at. This is just over the course of his career. I just want to do an apples to apples comparison here. He's given up 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and had 10 pass breakups over the course of the last 2 years. So this is not someone that's going to be, stepping over Michael Carter for reps or anything along those lines. But I think it does bode bad or poorly maybe for Justin Hardy. Justin Hardy's been our special teams ace the last few years, and he's been really good. I've really liked Hardy on this team, but he would be about a $4 million re-sign if you wanted to bring him back. He's a free agent right now. I think based on whatever this contract's ultimately going to be, it's probably going to be lower than whatever Hardy probably would have commanded. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility with the rest of your roster. So as much as it kind of sucks to see Hardy go, I could understand it if this is the direction they wanted to go to try and save a few bucks in a season where you're trying to go all in. Maybe this is like a 2 birds, 1 stone. Maybe you save a roster spot for a potential extra offensive lineman, as an example. Joe Douglas has said he wanted to bring in 1 extra offensive lineman heading into the season than he did just last year. So maybe this is a way that you have that, slot backup behind Michael Carter and also a, special teams player that can replace a Justin Hardy. So overall, I do like this move. I think this is smart for the New York Jets. At least start plugging some holes, and they're not any, earth-shattering moves by any stretch of the imagination here. But I think this is a good start for Joe Douglas. I'd like to see them both get Zuerlein and Morstead done before the start of free agency, but, I expect those guys to probably be back as well. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of Chuck Clark coming back? What do you think of Isaiah Oliver coming over from the San Francisco 49ers? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like and subscribe button on these videos. It goes a long way towards growing the channel. And then occasionally I get sponsors like this. So if you want to help support the sponsor of the channel, or maybe just get yourself some cool gear or some good discounts, you can click the link in the description down below. Today's sponsor, Crescent Canna, is going to give you 25% off your order using promo code JetsTalk. Link in the description down below. They've got gummies, THC syrup, THC seltzers. I just discovered these things. They are incredible. As someone who has been trying to cut down a little bit of their alcohol consumption and not, maybe feel as crummy the next day, this has been a godsend for me. keep me nice and calm, cool, and collected, especially with all the hurdles that our Jets throw our way and all the headaches that we got to deal with as fans. So if you guys want to help support the channel, maybe get yourself a little bit of a discount as well. Support the sponsor of the channel, 𝐀𝐟𝐼R𝐢𝐥𝐢. Thank you so much for watching the show.